Well, we're all done for the day. A little bite to eat. We're on our way back. On our way back to Ohio right now. I was tempted. Got to watch the Blue Jays. All these teams playing. I'm getting updates about that. And we still had 2 horses to race tonight. So we had Emerald Tom, who I didn't know. I talked to Kane today on my way down, and Jason was going to talk to him when he got there anyway. I was asking him about another horse that he used to have, and we were talking about that, and I said, hey, that Emerald Tom, I think he's probably ready to trot 58, 59. You might want to go last trip with him because he's going to be different on a bigger track than he is at Northfield. Just the gait of him, and you may want to let his hobbles out or pull them in. I think we got him hung up pretty good, but I think the hobbles will be the key, and, if you want to, it would probably be better if you went with him. So I would assume he went with him. I was wrong. He didn't trot in 58 or 59. He trotted 57 and 3, last quarter in 29 and 2, with the last half in 58 seconds, 58 and 3, I believe. Yes. So I assume Kane would have been happy with him. Jason would have been happy with him. The horse looks like he raced good, had lots of trot on the end of the mile. Very happy with him. Aunt Lily, she's coming off a horrendous mile. Her blood was a little screwed up. High reds, which generally means dehydration. For a long trip, we've been combating that, working on some minor infection. She had nothing serious. And expectations were kind of low tonight, right? We wanted to get a race into her. There wasn't a whole lot available. This was the best class, and against some tougher fillies, and she was likely going to follow along. I would like to see her a little more aggressive on the end of the mile, but again, she too probably tried 56 and a bit. You said they went 54?
Yep.
Yeah, 56 and a bit probably is what she trotted, 57. But again, prepping for the Buckeye, which is in 6 days. We wanted to get a race into her, draw our blood again, take a look at it, and see if we're going in the right direction. And more importantly, I guess, or every bit as importantly, want to see what else is going on. Now, we have all the horses racing tomorrow, and the next day, I had a note today from a buddy of mine and Bobby. Next week, Bobby. I had a note from a buddy of mine, Dan, said today, he says, it was really cool. When Tomboy Strong the other day won on June the 25th. It was my parents' 65th anniversary. 65th anniversary. So apparently they got married in kindergarten, and they've been happy ever since. But to Paul and Marlene, happy 65th anniversary. That is a tremendous milestone, and sadly, Amy and I will have to be mummies if we get to that milestone. So congratulations. So Tomboy Strong, obviously coming up on Saturday. There was a little write-up on the DRF today. Derek Gilner messaged me or called me. I called him back. We talked about the next generation and my thoughts on the races, how I was happy. The horses are coming in good. Not super thrilled with the draw. Interested to see how Uncle Danny does. And, we talked about the minor footwear change that we made to Danny and why it was so important. At least why I thought it was so important. And then we talked about the couple of 8 holes and how if they mix it up on the front end with Tomboy Strong's race, I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of horses just flat out trot her and make her look inferior. Now, as I say that, I haven't studied the proof of the next generation, so that was kind of stupid of me to say without knowing who's in there. But with her 7-2 out of the 8 hole, I suspected I was fair in saying it, that if they mix it up, she could be a player at some point. But to say I'm not concerned with the 8 hole would be silly. So we're all done for the day racing now. We ended up with a sixth with Lily, a 4th with Tom, a 5th with Aunt Sarah, a 6th with Captain Doolittle, and a 5th with did I already say Aunt Sarah? Maury was 4th. Yeah, raced very, very good. He raced better today. Anyway, I wanted to just sign off while the sun was still up. We're about an hour away from Brunswick, Ohio. Hopefully a pretty fruitful weekend coming up. Kentucky, they've already drawn also. I finally got my plane ticket booked, at least for this weekend. Still have not got my ticket booked from Cooperstown. I don't know if I figured out which airport I'm going out of yet.
Dad, you're not going to Cooperstown.
Why aren't I going to Cooperstown?
Because you have to race horses.
No, I'm going to Cooperstown, and then I have to drive to another airport beside Cooperstown.
I'm coming.
No, you're not coming. I got to fly to Kentucky for the day. I'll be right back, though, at night. I'll only miss one game. So with that, I'm going to let you guys sign off also. Great news to everybody following along. Blue Jays are winning, if you're wondering. So all is pretty well. Looks like Ollie's team is going to get a win tonight. Blue Jays hopefully on their way to a win against the Yankees, which, if I'm not mistaken, deadlocks them in the division. I think they're a game back coming into today. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So, take care. Have a good rest of your night. Look, you got a whole 4 hours of it left. Go out. Maybe go get a Starbucks. Drink. I don't know. Anyway, take care. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evening. Good luck to everybody for the rest of the weekend. And again, congratulations to Paul and Marlene.